Welcome back, everybody. This may be a good time to show you guys what it looks like when we load a save, which I saw last time, but wasn't ready to record because I had no idea it was coming.
Hey everyone, feels great to have you back. So then, did you all hear about that Arasaka aircraft carrier docked in Night City called Kujira, or the Whale? Apparently the Corp figured it wasn't safe in Japanese waters, afraid some local fishermen might harpoon it for scientific research. But honestly, it's quite the power move. Wonder what Militech will respond with. Maybe Myers will fly a Rust Bucket B-17 Flying Fortress over Arasaka HQ. Oh man, that is insensitive. I am so sorry. Where are my manners? President Myers, I mean, of course. Gotta respect the office. Anywho.
Let's get back to it now. Yeah, there's little broadcasts on the loading screens, which is definitely makes them less boring when there's just more stuff going on. That's always welcome. Is there a path out through here? No, it's closed, right? Wait. Goodbye, Jackie. I'm leaving you. I thought I was really boxed in here so that I don't wander off in the middle of the story, but I think you actually can wander away a little bit.
Your heart chakra looks a little out of whack, babe. I can release it for you, but you'd have to watch out for negative energy fields and avoid mean reds. Anything red.
Thanks, Misty. You're the best.
And your aura. It needs tending, baby. You've gotta brush it daily. It's just no good if you don't. Make sure your hands are clean and caress the filaments of light along their length. They'll be strong then. They'll be firm.
Uh-huh. Firm.
What did any of that mean? Also, he's not in a great industry for avoiding red.
V, yo, listen up. I talked to Dex while you were in with the doc. He's waiting in his ride. For you. Ain't but a hop to where he's parked. Next to Gramsci Burgers.
Okay, do my best to talk us up.
Alright. Just gonna chill. You're wearing red inside your jacket. You'll never be able to avoid it very well. Oh, hey. He just like registers that I'm staring at him. He's like, hey, time to talk.
You've been with Misty a while, huh?
Yeah, about a year. Why?
Just asking. Never thought you'd last that long in a stable, healthy relationship.
Hey, come on, Mano. You know I was raised right.
Hey, how well you know Bug exactly?
La mamita got a soft spot for me. No, but seriously, she ain't the type you go out, grab a beer with. Don't actually think she got any soft spots anywhere. For anybody.
Right. How's your mom?
Worried about me. Been for a while.
Something happened?
Started climbing our way up. Got more and more knives out there, waiting to stab us in the back. Higher stakes, higher risk, Mano. She could see that.
Feel a little bit like a dick sometimes. There's no goodbye button. You just walk away.
V, listen. I've got this delicate matter. That's why I called you. The number of cyber psycho attacks in the city is on the rise. Now that's probably not news to you, but this issue matters to me for a few reasons. There are people who say cyberpsychosis can be treated.
Right.
And I know exactly how that sounds, but I believe even an unproven therapy is still better than a bullet to the brain. If I get a tip about a possible attack, I'll give you a call. Maybe you can investigate before Max Tac hits the scene. But remember, you're not there to execute anybody. Try to incapacitate the attacker, and I'll send someone to pick him up. I hope that's all clear.
Yeah, they're people who need help. So ideally, any amount of like capturing them and trying to figure out any kind of treatment, even if we're kind of making it up as we go along, could be better than just shooting them. There are various ways to incapacitate enemies without killing them. Non-lethal takedowns, non-lethal quick hacks, non-lethal weapons, EMP grenades, some combat gadgets, weapon mods that change damage to non-lethal. If a given weapon, combat gadget, or quick hack deals non-lethal damage, it'll be mentioned in the description. Yeah, I need to get a stun baton. I won't always be able to sneak up on them. But speaking of sneaking up on them, let's change my key bindings if they let me. I hope they let me. Right now, if you press F, you grab somebody. And then if you press F again, you snap their neck, which I've done on accident a few times. And then R is the safe takedown. Reload is R. Please tell me you can remap these. Radio is R. Unfortunately, yeah. Remapping seems inconsistent. Only certain things can be remapped and other things can't be remapped. For example, let's see. E, WASD, C. I'm trying to find a single instance of the letter F in the remap screen. F is exit vehicle. That's it. You can't even remap F being grab in the first place. What a I've seen other instances of something being missing from this list too. Like this is a weirdly incomplete remapping screen, and I'm not sure why. Like I figured it might be a bit of a gamble that they let me remap the sub menus after you grab somebody, where F is kill and R is non-lethal takedown, but you can't even remap the grab in the first place, and that's way weirder. Huh. At least I was able to remap skip dialogue, but yeah, with a lot of these buttons, you're just trapped with whatever they gave you by default.
What are you... checking them out?
Later then.
Nah, Chuma mine used to work here, that's all.
Oh yeah? Since when you get those kind of chooms?
From way back. Doesn't matter.
So what happened to her? She die or something?
Nah, changed jobs and skipped town. For a while.
Oh, I get it. A choom, yeah. So you want to say hi? Chat about the good old days?
Wow. She's being a dick about it, honestly. The more this, like choom already started off sounding like not a word, but the more it gets said, the less it sounds like a word. Like what? It never sounds right.
You can recognize them by their cold blue eyes. Creatures born centuries ago on the Antarctic ice sheet. They hide their true faces under masks of human skin. Two-faced snakes, oppressors of humanity.
If it's such a big giveaway, won't they just install optics? Or use contact lenses at least?
If it were only so simple. They are reptiles. Their nervous system isn't compatible with human cybernetics.
Then why not have their own rippers invent some?
Are you sure they haven't already?
So, wait, am I right or am I wrong? You can't have it both ways.
Antarctica, you said that already.
Today they hide amidst the snow and ice of the South Pole, step by step usurping our crown as creation's chosen. Millions of years ago, they evolved from dinosaurs to become the world's first advanced, intelligent race. And who is their progenitor? Their masters? The scientists of Alpha Centauri!
All he does is subvert whatever you said just now.
You come here often. Your eyes tell me that your mind has opened to the truth.
No, you're super full of shit.
Will you provide a humble donation so that I may continue my mission?
Fucking have fun, bro.
You do good work. Use this to wake Night City up.
Thank you for your devotion. I saw a disciple of truth in you from the very beginning.
I'm gonna regret this. Donating to him as a joke. Something about the children in this game, you kind of look like a child. Something about them makes them vaguely look like just tiny humans, but like scaled down, not like children's shaped. So yeah, that guy's annoying as shit. But so let's give him some rope. God, he said. I said, like, why don't they just wear contacts or get their own replaced eyes like I have? And he just ignored the contacts part entirely, and then said, they're reptiles. Our cybernetics aren't compatible with them. I was like, okay, so you're saying that's why they can't have artificial eyes. But then I'm like, why won't they just make their own artificial eyes? It's like, how do you know they haven't already? And it's like, I thought your stance was that they don't have artificial eyes. Now your stance is the opposite. You've literally contradicted your previous statement. What the fuck is what are you even arguing? But also, like, he just didn't even acknowledge the contacts thing because that was inconvenient because there wasn't an easy answer. So it just pretended I didn't say it. Just gonna sit there, huh? Not even like slightly sectioned off or anything. All right. Well, at least my like, what am I? Is somebody just getting run over? I guess so. I got rid of my brain problem. Whoa. Hostile situations. Night City is infamous for its brutality. Falling victim to crime is a common part of daily life for many Night City residents. Cool, I'll never read the rest of that. Hey, buddy.
Yo, Mr. V, a pleasure.
Dexter Deshawn in the flesh. Ample indeed.
Let's roll.
I see you already are.
Mind if I ask you something right off the bank? Would you rather live in peace as Mr. Nobody, die ripe, old, and smelling slightly of urine, or go down for all times in a blaze of glory, smelling near like posies, without seeing your 30th?
You're either somebody or you fizzle out into nothing. Night City don't let you choose.
Oh, but it does. See, in my line of work, I choose to be Mr. Chill. But folk who try to take advantage, well, they see the beast inside.
Got it. Sure.
All right, listen close. Scanning a serious job now. Playing gargantuan compared to smashing up a scav home.
Hang on. I got a question of my own now. Why all this, Dex? Why me? Could have had Jackie or T-Bug sitting here. Could have just done this on comms.
Call me old-fashioned, but I like to look anyone I do biz with in the eye. Had the pleasure of meeting the Jackster in the past, and sweet T-Bug helped this brother out 2 years ago. So here we are. Besides all that, got a special little pre-mission just for you. But we'll get to that.
Let me hear it. What's the job?
There's this prototype tech, a biochip to be precise. Job's to grab it. Simple.
Yeah? Guessing it belongs to a corp.
Mm-hmm. Arasaka. Surely that's no problem.
Corps don't deserve special treatment.
Shit, you ain't playing around. Got a feeling this could be a start of a beautiful friendship built on heaps of eddies.
You work this out? Got a plan?
Two things. First, a conundrum with the Maelstrom boys. Needs active resolving that. Second, a rendezvous. Simple. Client who brought us the job's anxious. She wants to parlay with one of the team.
Client. What's her thing? Why she need to meet?
Woman's name's Evelyn Parker. Vetting her wasn't easy. Put the word out I was looking for any kind of intel.
Right, and?
Some brothers from Pacifica got back to me. Told me to stop looking. End the convo. Anyway, our little client insisted on meeting someone with skin in the game. You know, who'll be there for it all. Yours truly will be remote. T-Bug ain't no people person, and Jaggy's only good at some things. I know you know what I mean. Pretty much leaves you.
What's the issue needs resolving with Maelstrom? Got a beef?
Slotting the shard. Got a classic tale for you. Psycho gang doing its thing 2 weeks back. Jumped a Militech convoy. Got away with the gear. Corp don't even know Maelstrom's involved. Now see, convoy was carrying the Flathead, a little combat bot, a prototype. And I need me that bit of high-grade military tech. Because if we don't get that bot, we don't get no soccer chip. And we sure as hell don't get no happily ever after. But don't get excited. It's a single-use toy. Now, I flat out purchased the damn thing from Maelstrom. Problem is, I did so from a gent went by the name of Brick. I say when, because Brick was the leader. 3 days after we'd sealed our deal, his friend and gangmate, one Simon Randall, aka Royce, plain dropped his ass. Royce is in charge now, and I got no way of knowing if he aims to honor his predecessor's word. To add to this shitstorm, one merited stout of Militech has developed an interest in said convoy.
Who's the prima donna?
Corpo agent, internal affairs. Been skidding around town asking after the convoy as if her life depended on finding it. The one lead she's got zip-tied in her trunk. Stick up her ass ain't growing any shorter, so she must be getting desperate. Be wise to think how you could use that. Of course, to do so, you'll need that frazzled cat's info. Sending it now.
Think I got everything. Time I got to work.
Well, that's just music to my ears. I'll set up the meet with Miss Parker at Lizzie's bar. Flathead, though's gonna be all you. One more thing, Mr. V. Quiet life or blaze of glory? Later now.
I thought I was supposed to answer, but I just sat in silence, waiting for an option to pop up that never came. Oh. Performing certain actions will reward you with street cred. Build your street cred to make a name for yourself in Night City Underworld. Doing so will open up new opportunities.
Jackster, talk to Dex.
Yeah, Gordito's a big deal. Literally and not, yeah.
Guy certainly knows how to protect his biz. Wants to put us on a few small kinks. Prep work, I guess. Before lining us up a big job. There's this combat bot, military prototype. Maelstrom clept it. Then Dex paid to take it off their hands just before the Gangoons had a switch up in management.
Right, heard about that. Royce versus Brick. Hostile takeover.
That sums it up. Dex wants us talking to Royce. Gave the deets of some Militech agent too, but I don't know how much help she stands to be.
Chingon.
You don't sound thrilled. Royce, what do you know about him?
He's fucking whack something special. Junkies snort junk. Royce snorts chrome.
Then there's the other thing. Gotta meet the client who put the job on the table. Evelyn Parker.
You? Well, what's Dex gonna do? Ride around in his limo, chat chicks up on the hollow?
Parker wants to meet someone on the crew. Dex gave me the nod.
They must know what he's doing. So, how you want to play this? Maelstrom or Parker? What's first?
Parker. I think I ought to see her first. See what she's like, what she's after.
Orale. In that case, I'll hit the all foods, put my nose to the ground, sniff around. Hasta luego.
The all foods. Ooh, go to Lizzie's bar between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. So I need to go there at night. That's different. It's our first time engaging with the day-night system, but it's 6 p.m. right now, so we're good. I noticed the skip time button, but didn't go much beyond that point. What's this? On the rise. You made it to the big leagues. Greatness is within reach. But one tiny slip up and you're just another corpse in the gutter. No. Nope. Nuh-uh. I got quick load. Do I have a level up? Yeah, I have points available. Attribute points too. Oh. To level these guys up a bit? Oh. There's like subcategories. I have stealth level 2. Oh. These are where the perks go. This is where things get complicated really fast, don't they? So crafting and engineering. Yes, it does have unlocking doors, even if it's not like mentioned that specifically. But maybe it's in here. Still no mention of unlocking doors. Crafted weapons. Disassembling things, consumables, craft epic items. Huh. The crafting doesn't mention doors. Engineering? What a chaos screen to level up. I don't think a single one of these mentioned doors. I think you just vaguely implied that like tech ability affects your door usage, and that's just all you get. Yeah, it just you have no additional information, so I don't know. I think I've seen doors I couldn't open and didn't know why. And I don't think it necessarily told me like, ah, you're underleveled or something, so I don't have a lot to go on there. This is your maneuverability, but also some crit. Let's see. So you can actually hack people to do damage too. This increases your stealth damage, which is nice. I don't think, let's see. I don't think any stat gives you a direct stat bonus to damage. Increased damage with melee weapons. Yeah, I don't expect any of them to actually make your guns stronger. But mostly comes down to being able to actually make the guns good enough and so on. I don't know, put one into tech ability again? It's like what I'm focusing on apparently. And maybe a little bit of survivability. So all these little radial things are all level 1. And those are all level 1, those are all 1, those are all 1. That one's 2. Stealth is 2. I don't know why. Why is stealth 2? Let's see. Skill progression 30 out of 925. Increased evasion. You keep getting perk points based on how you use more of it. Interesting. How about crafting ability? Reduced crafting cost? Yeah. No mention of doors still, I don't think. But yeah. So I think we're using a hybrid system where there's you elect to spend things in certain ways, but also there's meters that fill up passively over time when you're using said roles, like in like the Elder Scrolls system. So we're having both at once, essentially. That's different. So I want to put points into here. Unlocks the mass vulnerability demon, which reduces physical resistance for all enemies on the network by 30% for 3 minutes. The big sleep demon, which disables all cameras in the network for 3 minutes. That's really useful. Increases breach time for breach protocol by 20%. Upgrades the data main daemon, increasing the amount of Euro-dollars acquired from access points by 50%. That's interesting. Let's grab the camera disabler. That's obviously useful. 1 out of 2. Level 2 disables cameras for 6 minutes. Okay, so not only is this big nightmare web of things you can level up, but also you can actually put more than one rank into each one variable. Okay, so in order to get further out, like to get here, I have to have level 9 in this stat. Then 14, 11, 16, 20. So the furthest one to the left requires you to be level 20. At least in that one's case. Oh, in this case, level 20 is down here. So every single tree is different. That'll never get confusing. Right, that's breach protocol. There's also quick hacking. So there's 2 hacking trees. Don't worry. This is not... I'll be able to keep track of all this easily. I'll memorize it photographically in one go, and then I'll never have to review it again. I definitely won't have to reread this entire screen every time I level up. Oh god. Quick hacks deal more damage. Unlock crafting specs for uncommon quick hacks. Oh. Reveals an enemy netrunner when they're attempting to hack you. Allows RAM to recover during combat. Recover 4 RAM units every 60 seconds. Eliminating a target affected by a quick hack instantly recovers 1 RAM unit. I'm not great at hacking yet, so let's not hop straight into that until I feel like I'm better at the whole thing. Junk items are automatically disassembled would be nice, but it's just some busy work. This one's good to get early in the game. Get more components when you disassemble things. If I'm going to be crafting things with components and whatnot, then grabbing the one that gives me more for each one at the beginning of the game means I just... that has long-term ramifications. Anything that increases resources over time, the sooner you get it, the more resources you ultimately get from that ability by the end of the game. That's usually a good idea. I've also got text messages. This is a busy game. Let's see here. Dexter to Sean. Mr. V, how about a little something to get those taste buds tingling? The biochip in question is, in fact, the so-called relic. A Nova tier piece of tech catering to the top 1%. Supposedly the best life insurance money can buy. You and I are going to be neck deep in money. Eurodollars. Did I actually get a quest for that? Or is it just, like, the on Jackie Wells, what's taking so long? Coach Fred. A couple words about who you're going up against. Kabuki. Just go to Kabuki. Oroyo. Glenn. Fists like fucking hammers. Animals Club. Rhino. Woman's a legend. Lays everyone flat. Does she look like a rhino? Genuine question in this universe. Is it gonna go full Batman Beyond where people are just half animals? Hello, the map for the first time. I've been playing this game for hours and I'm still slowly opening maps for the first time because it's dense. Alright. Oh my goodness. Yes, I do indeed have a lot of quests already. Alright, let's keep eyes forward for now. Let's focus on visiting Lizzie. There's a time... Oh my fucking god, another message. Mr. V, just wanted to remind you again that eddies have already changed hands between me and my... So they call Eurodollars eddies. That's what they keep meaning when they say eddies. Between me and my esteemed Maelstrom partners in biz, around sum of 10,000 Eurodollars to be precise. So when you're there to take it off their hands, don't let them try to shake you down, as they're liable to do. Maelstrom being Maelstrom. Thanks for the info. Was there responses available to the other one? Oh, that's weird. Each individual conversation is a separate conversation. Like, usually your text feed to one person is a continuous feed, but like, I have 2 different conversations with the same person, like their emails, as opposed to text messages. Got some distance to cover. We cool? Where's that audio coming from? Is it coming from here? The music changed all dramatic like, and then I just started hearing somebody speaking Japanese, and I'm like, is somebody after me? Are we okay? That is just a massive erection. Just on a billboard. That's what we're doing here. Romanticore? What does it say? Does it say unchain the monster or something? I can't read the text under it, but chromatic, so that must be referring to chromosomes, right? Mix it up. 16 flavors you'd love to mix. That's unfortunate. Yeah. It's a fucked up stereotype when it comes to not just trans people, but LGBT people in general. Is like older people will be like, back when we were kids, these people just weren't around, which is not true. If anything, it's just that it was much more dangerous to admit to being that kind of person, and so you had to be in hiding in the closet your entire life, essentially, because you would be putting yourself in danger if you actually lived your correct life. And so, but like the belief that they weren't around before and suddenly there's a bunch of them leads to this idea that like that it's fashion, like it's the trendy to be trans or bisexual or gay, and so people just like say they are these things in order to like get social points and be popular and things like that and feel like they belong. And it's like, that's no. People aren't suddenly, like, there isn't a sudden eruption of people that are trans and gay and so on because it's trendy. It's because things have finally progressed to an extent where they don't feel actively threatened for just admitting these things. And in many cases they still do, it's just more acceptable. Like, we're not in the best place now, we're just in a better place than we have been in recent history. I say recent history because in the long distant past, gender fluidity and homosexuality and so on were so normal that they basically didn't even have words for it half the time. The idea of persecuting it is a very Christian problem, and a lot of history was rewritten for that problem. There's just like Achilles, they're just really good friends. It's like, no, his male lover was killed and that's why he was so mad. That's the whole point of that story. Nope, they're just good buddies now. And in the Brad Putin movie, they're like, they're cousins or something, and it's like, no, that wasn't a familial bond. That's not what was going on there. No, there's a lot of that stuff, and some of that comes down to this global amnesia of how the world used to be and how much more normal a lot of this stuff used to be. Is in part, yeah, a lot of it's Christian, like the fact that talk about Norse mythology. It's like almost exclusively gone. Like most of what we know is rewritten by I think it was a Christian monk. It's like Snorri Sturluson or what's this guy's name? I could check it later, but it's I've studied his texts in college back then, his version of Old Norse mythology, and yeah, it's like and in many cases they specifically rewrite these stories to hide certain elements because of the fact that they knew that this information would be destroyed by Christian censorship if they didn't rewrite characters to be a certain way. And so, like, in many cases there was a literal rewriting of history or mythology in that case. That's just a whole mess. But no, this kind of ideology, the one where you claim that LGBT people are declaring themselves to be such, it is like fashion, is not. That's not how that works. First of all, it's the same thought process that leads to people thinking like, wow, suddenly there's a lot more people with autism, and it's like, it's like we're more aware of mental health issues, and we're better at diagnosing things, and we're better at treating people and knowing and understanding people. That doesn't mean there's suddenly more of those people. It just meant that people just had harder lives a few years ago because no one could help them or even understand what was going on with them. And so they just had a more difficult time living in society. They still existed, we just were blind to a lot of it in that case, just due to, well, I'm sure in some cases, mistreatments and bigotries, but also just elements of like, just not being up on the science yet and still being in progress in a lot of those ideas. But like the idea that like, so many people have autism now, there must be a cause, and that's how you end up with like anti-vaxxers saying, the fucking autism's being created by the government or the liberals or vaccines or something. And it's like, no, it's Jesus fucking Christ. And And yeah, it's a really shitty stereotype, and it comes from a transphobic place. This kind of treatment, like talking about trans people as being a fashion thing in a way of like making getting credit points for your the type of people that say this stuff have such a lack of understanding of the kind of life that these people live and how difficult it is, and how the in many cases the cons outweigh the positives so severely. Like this perspective comes from specifically like a total lack of exposure to these kinds of people and a total lack of understanding. And like if you say these kinds of arguments, it's really fucking embarrassing, because it just mostly just shows that you're a huge jackass that doesn't know what they're talking about, but goes to their talking heads. And it's like, it's a bummer. I do my best to moderate the community so I don't have to deal with these people on a regular basis. But that is just a whole thing. It's the kind of thing where the cons so severely outweigh the positives that you would never choose this particular life unless it was just your truth. Like, it's just who you are, and like living an honest life of who you really are outweighs the massive pile of negatives that are going to come with being honest with yourself and the people around you and your family and so on about that. Like, the traumatic experience that brings on, it's not fucking fashion. Like, what a stupid fucking argument. That said, I can see how something like this could probably be seen as transphobic for its inclusion in the game. And like the image itself is bad. Like, this is bad. But at the same time, I look around the city and everything's really bad. Like, all these images are just fucked. Like, and like these ads are so far gone, where you have like the fucking like the women's breasts being used to look like she's fucking like hot dogging, like she's doing like a boob job with her boobs on a phallic tube of dog food, just so you want to buy that dog food brand. Like, there's everything's so fucking demented in this dimension, ad revenue, like ad wise, not ad revenue, that I could see an argument for the idea that like this is supposed to be a revolting image, because most of the ads in this game are. And like the megacorps are the villains in all of these universes. Like that's the premise of Cyberpunk, is that megacorporations are a fucking nightmare, and the people putting up these ads are the villains, and they're horrible. So like, I'm not entirely going straight to the idea of like, the developers of this game, how could they? Just because on some level I'm like, but like, look around at this place. Like, most of these ads are just fucking worrying and distressing, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But at the same time, you know, another case of transphobia is just kind of exhausting if you're living a life where you're dealing with that all the time. So I can see why you're still not happy to see it, even if you could potentially excuse it. But I don't know. Let's call my car, because I realized midway through running, when the Japanese voice popped up, that I'm just very far from my destination. Let's get my car in here. Is that my car? Trapped behind that mess of a vehicle. Hello. So trans people, sound off in the comments section what you think about that particular thing, because I could see going different ways with that. There's oftentimes it's more nuanced than just straightforward outrage and cancel or whatever the fuck. I think about like the topic of like The Last of Us Part 2 and its trans representation, where it's like people are really split actually, and people will like try to spin the consensus as being a consensus. Like, the people try to pretend there's a consensus because it fits their particular agenda to argue one way or another. But like, on one hand, the trans representation seen as being really good because it's just a very well-rounded character that you're supposed to empathize with in a mainstream AAA game that's very well handled. But it's also a character who is trans and suffers specifically because they're trans, and that's like a way that trans people are constantly treated in media. And like, even if the character is well realized, that's exhausting, and it's another example of that. And you can simultaneously hold both opinions at the same time without it being a contradiction. Why am I driving so slow? The fuck is happening? So much like how that's a really nuanced, complicated conversation where everyone can have very different opinions. I could see this being like that too. But I will say that any transphobic shit in my comment section will not be tolerated, and you will not be receive a warning.
Looking a little put out there, input. Interest you in a preem BD?
Oh, brain dance. Okay, so I think this is the thing, isn't it? So, warning in advance, I've been warned about this. The brain dance in its current iteration causes seizures in people that have epilepsy. So, caution with this episode. I think it's specifically the booting up sequence of however the brain dance works. You're not going to want to look at the screen. I'm going to leave it in because it's what the thing looks like, but you've been warned not to watch that part if that is your thing.
What do you got?
What don't we got? Women and men of your dreams. Synaptic acting A-listers, no washed up virtue porn boy toys or blow up dolls here.
Auteur stuff. It'll grip your heart and blow your nerves right out of your body. Pure bit-based ecstasy. That's why people come here.
Clearly know how to sell it.
Not a sales pitch, it's a warning. I'll give you one word. Bespoke. Not for everyone's synapses.
Think you can handle it?
Bespoke? Damn, that sounds promising. I get it, I'm in.
Couple of things you need to know first. Severe penalties for any unauthorized recording. No drugs, no groping.
Someone catch your eye? You do not grab them. You find them in the catalog, ask for a BD, and get yourself a box.
I really look that green to you. Like I don't know.
Doors open.
Have fun, input.
Welcome to Lizzie's.
My, what a sweet little face you have.
Fuck to death. Alright. That's a lot of noise foam you got up. I guess that makes sense for the setting. There's a lot of music and things happening behind the walls. That's all noise foam, right? Wait, is that noise foam? It looks flat. No, it's noise foam. It's just the whole wall is so textured that I don't have a sense of perspective of what's flat and what's not. Yeah. Set with the alternating between horizontal and vertical, which I don't even know if that specifically makes the noise cancellation better or if it's just more aesthetically pleasing to alternate them, because everyone always does, including me.
Kiss my dead spunk.
Some good service you got there. She's the one that works at the fucking counter, and she's like yells at me for talking to her, because that's just how it's just random pedestrian dialogue. Open world games. Hello.
No surprise there.
A lot of people. She gonna walk straight into me? Yep. I was like, is it? I saw her coming. I'm like, is this happening? Are we doing this?
My, what a sweet little face you have.
Yours is very,
Kiss my dead spunk.
shiny.
There's that Preem new place. We went there yesterday. Huh. Drawing a blank.
You'd never be able to understand somebody talking that quiet in a place. Oh, there's the brain dances. Yeah, I can see why the seizures might happen. It's just flashing lights directly in your eyes, which I'm sure looks great in first person.
Try that new one?
Not yet.
Is that a cat with a battle axe? No, that's like spread out hair. Still a battle axe. Just looks like a fucking cat head. Like a mascot. Is this stealing? I mean, it is stealing, but does the game consider it stealing? Am I in danger? Oh, there's the DJ. She's having a great time, apparently. I can't hear it, maybe. In addition to the nudity thing, I also have it set to not play like Grimes music and whatnot, because there's a don't play all the copyright music stuff option, which is just another concession we have to make for YouTube.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Wanna come back to my place?
Don't even start.
Can I snap her out of it?
What do you want, friend?
All right. She's maybe that's just like maybe she's genuinely power stancing and not glitched out. What a fucking visual. Oh, this is just me leaving at that point. I like that she seems to be like a chaperone basically while everyone's brain dancing. Oh, I'm sorry. Use protection.
Hey.
Get you something.
So, curious. The name Lizzie's, is that the owner?
Not for a long while, no. And it's none too sweet a story.
Now I'm just flat interested.
Real Lizzie ran a strip joint out of this place back in the day. Lizzie's Bar. Girls were paid right, insured, even had decent security. Good spot, all in all.
Let me guess. It didn't last?
No, Tiger Claws took care of that. Tiger beat one of Lizzie's girls real bad once. No hesitation, Lizzie blasted the guy's balls off. Gang came back the next day. Liz was done.
Tigers gave this place up to the Mox in the end, though, didn't they?
Sort of. The Moxes had to make a deal with them. Luckily, they kept their heads, organized quick. Big boss now is Susie Q. But the sign stayed up, out of respect. The biz booms to this day.
I'm looking for Evelyn Parker. You know if she's here?
Who's asking?
Name's V. She and I have a, date.
Well, V, it's a pleasure. I'm Mateo.
Uh-huh. So, Evelyn?
Club's big. Gonna have to look around. Can't do it for you.
It's all right, Mateo. I was waiting for this one. No, Evelyn Parker. I knew it was you as soon as you walked in.
Was it my eyes?
Sense on? Only tequila I drink. How do you know?
I like to know everything about the people I work with. Either that or it was just a lucky guess.
Why'd me hear 3 out of 4 GoldenEye gun symbols? What?
Well, what do you think?
What happens when I click on it? Nothing, okay.
Mind if we talk about the job? Heard you got something for me.
But not here. Come with me. We'll be in the lounge, Mateo. Anyone asks, we're not here.
You're not even gonna finish your drink, V?
What can a
Nothing's wrong.
like me?
Really?
Why don't you just tell me the truth?
You're probably allowed to take it with you.
Just told you.
That's some real low opacity. You can barely tell that she's there.
Dex had a load to say about you. Called you professional, effective, and trustworthy. I hope he wasn't overselling.
What does 5 thing mean? Is that my cool stat, maybe?
I'm good at what I do. Got a solid crew at my back, too. Never once botched a job.
You do realize I expect more of you than scraping street corner data terms. Much, much more.
I'm the best, and I know what I'm getting into. Dex was clear. The job's high risk.
By the way, you work together long? You and Dex?
You writing Dex's bio? Hate to disappoint, but I just don't know much.
In other words, you hardly know each other. Yet he fingered you for this job. Curious.
Shit, buzz Dex right now if you're getting cold feet. I can wait.
I doubt he'd add anything I haven't already heard. Anything I'd really like to hear, for that matter. There's only one other bunch that's worse than fixers in that respect. Used car salesmen. I'll go with my gut for now.
Let's cut to the chase. What do you got for me?
Your target. I trust you know what it is.
Relic. Secure your soul trinket. Key tech in the program, actually. We're tangling with Arasaka, making this heist one dangerous, risky motherfucker.
Arasaka's poured billions into personality transfer technology. But me, I just want the data on this one. The chip is tucked away inside Kompeki Plaza, the hotel. You ever been?
You know, just never rolled through that neighborhood.
Damn shame. The fresh they serve is sinfully good. Chef must have made a deal with the devil.
So where's this chip hiding exactly?
In a suite on the top floor. The room's occupied by Yorinobu Arasaka.
Yorinobu Arasaka? He's in town?
Don't you read the scream sheets? The media couldn't get enough of Yori coming to Night City. It was all over the headlines. Anyway, he's heir apparent to the Arasaka Empire. Saburo Arasaka's only surviving son.
What? So Arasaka Jr.'s planning to grab the reins while in Night City?
Only a handful of people in Night City know what the Arasaka's real plans are.
Telling me you're one of them? Top dog like Yorinobu's bound to have an army on call. Hotel's probably a goddamn fortress by now, too.
Yorinobu keeps exactly no hustle around. Not one guard. Got rid of them a long time ago.
Huh. Why is that?
Surely you know what they say about Arasaka intel. Sneeze in Night City, and a blossom drops from a cherry tree in Tokyo. Yorinobu was convinced his Arasaka security detail reported directly to his father.
So we're not jumping the Corp. We're jumping Yorinobu Arasaka himself.
Yorinobu is a puppet. He lost all his cards years ago when he failed to do Daddy's bidding. Saburo's had Yori's balls in a vice for years. He might just turn the screw and crush them outright if he learns his son's up to no good again.
Look, if you've got any spare aces up your sleeve, now's the time to show them.
Now this should make your prick perk up. Yorinobu recently swiped the chip from an Arasaka laboratory. He's made a deal with Netwatch. Aims to sell it to them. Have you spotted my ace yet, or do I need to spell things out?
So what's Yorinobu due to walk away with?
Unimportant. You focus on the biochip.
What could cyberspace's watchers and protectors offer him? Intelligence on his enemies?
That doesn't matter in the least. Because you'll make sure the transaction never happens, and I get the chip.
Wait, neutral Netwatch is mixed up in this.
Netwatch provides net security for all corporations, and collects eddies in the millions for it. But in this day and age, everyone's in the game, and no one can afford to be a saint. To win, one has to go all in.
Fine, so no Arasaka security on the device because Yorinobu whisked it away in secret. Now, where's he hiding it?
Likely in a specialized container. One that mimics an organic neural environment. On the outside, it looks like an ordinary briefcase.
And the case is?
You'll see for yourself soon enough. Provided we're done gossiping about the Arasakas.
What else you know about Yorinobu?
Quite a bit, actually. He studied finance and biotech in Tokyo. Probably didn't have a choice in the matter, come to think of it. Saburo was grooming him to be his successor. But then Yorinobu vanished to chase his own dreams. Cut himself off from the Corp for years. Long story short, though the black sheep returned, the bitter taste remained. But that's only one side of him. There's another. An intelligent man who has always walked his own path, and so has his own designs on the Corp.
Seems to be risking everything with this relic scam.
Yes, because he's fallen for the biggest lie this town puts forward. That he can gain and retain control of anything.
One more thing. Data that's on the chip. What is it?
Irrelevant, entirely.
We're talking about data Yorinobu snuck out of Arasaka. What's more, he wants to pass it on to Netwatch. Sounds pretty damn relevant to me.
Listen, V. The relic. That's my concern. Your concern? Earning a paycheck. Just get the job done. I'll make sure your bank accounts are sated.
Okay, what's next?
Now comes the best part. Follow me. Got something for you. Should help you plan. Brain dance from Konpeki Plaza.
How's a brain dance supposed to help? Need facts, not thrills.
Think BDs are only good for fondling virtual tits?
I can feel him!
Jacking off to in those boxes? No. They can be a very useful tool. Good for analyzing details human perception, even boosted,
You can count
doesn't
on me,
grasp.
babe.
Exactly what you need.
So what's on the tape?
No, don't
Yorinobu's
thank
suite.
me.
The glorious interior. You'll need to locate the relic yourself. Hope I grabbed enough detail to make that possible.
One of those things was for installing thermal paste in your face. Slicing up eyeballs, I want you to know. Girlie's so groovy, I want you to know.
Hold up. Mean to say you recorded this?
Mm-hmm. BD Rec implant. Why, you object?
Supposed to be Yorinobu's pad on the tape. Means you were inside. You know each other?
How else could I get all this intel? I know him pretty well, actually. We have an arrangement. Strictly business. Suits us both, I think.
Let's see this brain dance.
Judy'll help.
She has a
She's
direct
Mox,
connection.
Too. Besides, we go back, years.
No, don't cry. You got this, doll. Sure. Sure. See you soon.
V, this is important. Judy's always been there for me. Always helped out. I trust her. But she's a Mox, not the latest member of your crew. Try not to forget. So, you'll be a good boy, tread lightly, and keep that tongue on a leash.
Relax. Believe it or not, I'm no stranger to tact. In biz or life.
Hey, there you are.
This is V. He's here for that BD role. And V, this is Judy. Best brain dance editor I know.
Enough already. You're gonna make me barf.
Sensory SIG amps, acoustic and emotive wave monitors. It's top shelf hardware.
Yeah, most of it's customized. Only thing factory are the casings.
Model this yourself?
What do you think?
Expression translator. Fuyutsuki, right? Thought the matrices on that series were fucked up.
They were, but swapping out matrices is simple. And this was the only model that'd support additional scanware. all right. Compiled your BDF.
What do you think? Will it do?
Still pretty raw, but yeah, ought to do.
Mm-hmm. V needs to get deep inside. That's most important.
So, let's calibrate. Tune it to him.
What is that gonna mean? Hit. Ha. Brain dance concepts. Brain dance of a woman giving birth. Pro, nobody's done it yet. Con, have to hook up a prenatal wreath, which is more expensive. Also, do people really want that life experience that badly? Oh god. Brain Dance of the Most Common Dreams compilation. Pro, it's doable. Con, I'd have to consistently scroll the dreams of couple dozen people over at least a year to catch repeating themes. Flying, swimming, falling, going to work, school, naked. 2 brain dances scrolled by 2 actors. Neural track set up so that it looks like 1 BD. Pro, it'd be Nova. Con, tech for it doesn't exist. What? Two BD scrolled by 2 actors. That looks like 1 BD. I feel like I need some elaboration there to figure out what the fuck that would even be like and what they're going for there. I don't know. See you guys next time. We'll tune in to do our first brain dance.